Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Bill 477 creates the Activities and Experiences for Children in Out-of-State Placements Act. The bill basically is intended to provide for a more normal life for kids who are living in foster care. The legislation also is required by federal law, and this would bring us into compliance with a 2014 federal statute. Specifically, Amendment A03616 is the product of a work group that the chairman of the Children and Youth Committee put together when the bill was reported out of committee in July. There were numerous stakeholders involved in this work group, and I'm pleased to say that they've all agreed to this legislation, as hopefully it will be amended here today. The groups that were involved in the crafting and the amendment include the Department of Human Services, the Pennsylvania Children and Youth Administrators, which is basically the counties, the Pennsylvania Council of Children and Youth Families, which are the private providers, the Pennsylvania Resource Family Association, which is the foster parents group, the Administrative Office of Pennsylvania Courts, the Juvenile Court Judges Commission, and the Pennsylvania Bar Association. As I said, all these stakeholders have signed off on this amendment. Very briefly, the amendment addresses liability concerns that were raised by the counties and private agencies. It clarifies responsibilities of caregivers, the counties, and private agencies. It adds a section to establish deadlines for completing the required training in the reasonable and prudent parent standards. It changes the effective date of the legislation from 60 days after enactment to immediately after enactment, again, to comply with federal statute. It makes various definitional changes to terms contained in the bill. It adds the definition of resource family as defined in the Resource Family Care Act of 2005 and makes various other technical changes to better comport with federal statute. Mr. Speaker, I would ask that the members please consider this amendment and vote in the positive on Amendment A03616. Thank you.